begging for mercy, and I will never stop killing you. Oh shit.
Hi, Scarlett.
It's gaming, isn't it?
Yes,
No, I
it is.
said hi. I just said hi.
No! No! Gaming! 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 Deku, Deku! Revive me, revive me, revive me.
What the
What? What happened?
Oh, he sniped me!
Alrighty, guys. I know. One of the things, I'm just gonna tell you this from now on. If I say something that I am, going to be live, that I was gonna play Final Fantasy 13 today, just assume that I might not always pick that thing, because I'm always indecisive when I decide to pick things, but I wanted to actually go live today. Um, we are going to take um trailer. We're now going to start doing some trailer stuff. Um, for it. The Rune Tech is where we're headed. Um, we're gonna start taking our own trailer now, so we now have this will be we'll only have one of these. Um, because we'll take the dry van after this. Once we're able to, we'll start using dry vans. Just because, the curtain side just gives us less use out of this. Um, but we're now going to start being able to take our own stuff. We're going to take the longest thing is we're taking this pet food, to Runeck up there. For this reason is we are going to follow picking up the stuff that is necessary for us and things. So because there's a thing up there that potentially So, we do have a lot of these. Are we? Please tell me that we have no more trucks coming in after this. Uh, are we? Finally. Finally we can go forward and actually um I have to remember which way we're going and having to pay attention to a lot of these things. Um anyway, um I am just going to tell you guys that today is going to be one of those things um where anybody is allowed, uh not anybody, but anybody has any notices or anything notice that on the YouTube side of things, things tend to be less people tend to watch my content. It's or for genuinely like some of the content that I usually watch, um, I am not receiving a lot of the content. Like, um, a lot of people, um, like you probably will see like right wing content. Like they're coming after us as left leaning people. Um, okay, now of course, we gotta make sure we go to Kanazawa is where we're going. Yeah, see, it's Kobe's there, Osaka's there. No, we go to Kanazawa. is where we need to go. Um, 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 but one of the things um, that I wanted to really share is that be aware of scams, um, and be aware of them. There have been times where you may be talking to somebody that you have known before, that you have basically been there, and sometimes they will send you links and send you things, and you think you're talking to the right person, but you may not be. Um, and you may not be talking to the right um thing. Sometimes you may look online and you may say, um, on the process of these places where you may think that you're buying goods and services um, through the Amazon and through things, um, and you got to be careful. You got to be careful when you go out and think that you're getting the best look for it. Like I literally went online today, um, and shopped, ThreadUp. I did it one. I only did it once to buy from ThreadUp, and then um, but one of the things um that really can be done is don't, if you get something off of Amazon or you get some link through it, if you that um see that, you might as well um just go to the actual website instead of clicking a link to go there, because you're gonna be best off doing that. But then there are genuine things um where it's genuinely good practice and good places to be when you pick the um when you pick these things, and you have these places where you can pick going from point A to point B, or point B to whatever, um for you think you're legitimately actually getting these products and services, but not always will you get that. um um Sorry, I got somebody message messaging me. I need to not. But one of the things that is out there, um, is that, um, is that when you go out and you actually spend your time looking through and actually, um, thinking about that, you know, when you look at scams and you look at things, you gotta really be careful. Because sometimes they will, like, the biggest ones you need to really think about is don't give out gift cards. Don't sell like, if you get gift cards, don't try to sell them. Um, because um, you're going to necessarily have the ability to keep um, yourself in check with a lot of these scams. Don't if they are asking you to request your banking information or requesting your credit cards or requesting things for it, don't. Um, if in a lot of things. But there's also a lot of times, like the biggest one is don't accept gift cards. Um, because those gift cards are going to be the biggest point of scams. These scams are going to be in that particular place, um, for things to happen. Um, don't put in suspicion. Don't click on things on emails and things like that. But those are some of the simplest things. But then there are things that you will be thinking that you're going to get what you want, and you're sitting there waiting for a year to get things, and you think you're going to have everything, you think you're going to get the best ever on these processes, on these products or services that you get. Um, and the services, oftentimes, um, they have like sometimes, like, you have to be really thinking about that when you go to eBay. Don't just don't if they don't give you a lot of product information on it, it could potentially be a scam. And don't think about it. If you go and you look at the item that you're buying, like, I literally went and posted a thing today through ThreadUp that basically I went and saw that they had listed an item today on one of my items that I sent in for a skirt. They literally called it a skirt, and it was not even a skirt. It is literally was a pair of shorts. I did not send a single skirt because I don't own any jean skirts. I don't own um any skirts that are jeans. Most all of my jean stuff was pretty much basically a jeans were pretty much basically a all actual jeans or shorts, because I don't have a lot of skirts in my stuff. I have basically all of my skirts are either one, they're either mini skirt, or they are more than just a mini skirt. Um, the mini skirt pretty much basically is all from Doll's Kill. Almost all of my skirts are from Doll's Kill except for two. Um, except for three. Because I was on a spending spree and went to Doll's Kill and was kind of happy with their product at one point. I don't buy from them anymore because they're not worth it. It's not worth going out and spending on products and services. um, where um, where every time that you go and you look at these processes, these things of looking at scam stuff, like, yeah, they can be very, very convincing, very, very things through the process of um, on a lot of these games, of these products and things, of services, that you don't go out and believe everything that you see. Like, if you are local, make sure you do it in a well lit place. Don't just go to like a parking lot and think you're gonna do it that way. The best thing actually you want to do is probably the best thing is to do it at a police station, or do it in front of a where people are going to genuinely be a lot of the time, so that if anything does happen, you can prevent yourself from getting hit, um, from being mugged, or even worse, being killed. Um, and a lot of these things, and you know, and it's one of those things where even don't trust dating on people online, or trusting everybody that you see, because I was watching a video, um the videos this afternoon, actually a string of videos um from a incident that happened over in Washington, University of Washington, um where a incident happened where a transgender person was stabbed to death. um Now, of course, there's at least, they say it's transgender. Another error one said no, it was a she. So we don't know exactly the whole entire um thing within all of this. That a lot of these processes, a lot of these scams can lead to that. Some people will literally just like invite you. That's why what you do is you don't go and trust the you don't go and trust these dating apps. Don't trust everything that you see. Be careful what you pick, and be careful what you do, because you know even when you're going to looking for places to um looking for uh content just to do like a one night stand or anything, you got to be careful with that too, because there are people out there that can genuinely lie to you and about a lot of things, and it's not a good idea to really be there. Like, if you're looking for somebody to um you can still get into yourself into trouble. You may be um tasked at certain things, because you may be there may be things that are bad at certain times of the day. Um, Not certain times of the day, but certain uh, key factors that can lead to things like that. Through, you know, be cautious. Don't, like, if you're online dating, don't just accept right away. Now, if you're going to a bar, you're gonna have a little bit more extra safety, a little bit. Um, just a little bit. I'm not saying that's gonna be perfect, but if you going out and doing a lot of things in relation to those, then yeah, you're gonna have the ability for these things to take shape. For say, you're gonna have a little bit more safety in that. That does not mean that it's perfectly safe. Nothing is safe. Nothing will ever be safe in society um for it. Uh, But there are some other things that are not quite as safe either. When you look at or not quite as safe, but some things are really genuinely a scam, and people think that, you look at the Trump Mobile, um, the T1, and they're supposed to have these things. Like uh, I literally was sitting there, looking at like this Trump Mobile. I've seen it before. I've looked kind of gone through it. That it's supposed to be made in America. It's supposed to be $2,000. Yeah, $2,000. Oh, $2,000. That's not that's how am I how did I get a speeding ticket for I'm 68 miles an hour? I don't quite get it. But there's this thing that people don't quite understand, that the that a $2,000 phone, yeah, it's plausible, okay, being made here in America, but now this whole thing, putting down a thing for $100 down on a phone that potentially might not come out. You have better options than spending $100 waiting for a phone that's gonna come out, because even if it's under by Trump, you still should not be buying technology without it actually being legitimately there. I wouldn't even, if it was legit and it was available for me to go out and purchase right through the mobile carriers that we have here in America, I probably would. But we don't have that available here in available. To even go, like, you can pre-order these things through your mobile carriers and actually be able to get it that way, instead of buying it through non-mobile, than buying it through other mobile carriers, than buying it just directly through their website. Like, you can, like, that if they have had a track record of selling you goods and selling phones like Samsung, you are more likely to be safe at ordering a phone. Okay, Glass. If you decide to hop on tonight or not, it's up to you. But if you do end up not hopping on tonight, I will probably I'm still gonna do Fortnite tonight, but I will probably do Festival, or maybe not even do Festival. I might just play, or I might just play Call of Duty. But if you decide to hop in tonight, that's fine. And if you are not feeling well, if you are not feeling well, I will at least hope you get better. It's a good thing to always get better at doing those things, and getting better, because getting sick is not always a good thing, and it's never that good. There's a lot of things that, and that are there. But one of the things that I will tell you, don't be too alarmed with the hantavirus right now, just because of the yeah. The only reason I'm saying that is because it's not widespread, and a lot of people think it is, but Donald Trump basically said, no, you're not gonna, he doesn't care about it. He doesn't even care about these lives of these people. That tells you that he doesn't care about anybody, but himself, to be honest. He basically doesn't care about your financial status. He doesn't care about that. If he did, we wouldn't be at war. Your body might hate it, Glass. It could be something else that you any it could be you doing marijuana. It could be a whole host of different things. Different things. It's going to be like, yeah, you might be losing weight, but it might not be because you're losing weight. It could be you drinking, it could be you smoking, it could be a whole host of these things that make you not feel well. So you just got to think about what you're doing and be better about it. And figure out what's going on your own end. I don't know. I'm not a doctor or professional in any means on that. On that. But to be honest, the scam that's going on with the Trump thing, you know, they basically said, "Oh, you're gonna put down $100." It's been a year. They said it's most likely now. It's most likely probably won't come out at all, and people are going to be grifted upon for it. So it's one of those things that that it's really horrible. It's one of those things that, you know, this scam. He's taking your money without even handing you a product. That is Trump there for you. He only cares about himself. He only wants your money. He doesn't care how much you have. He does not care if you have $1,000. He does not care if you have $1,000,000. He does not care. He wants your money no matter what. And that... Oh, are you serious? You're gonna tell me that I'm not using a headlight when it's not that dark out? So it's one of those things that, that you gotta be careful, what comes there, and don't, like, if it's a new product coming out, be suspicious of it. You know, if it's not coming from a source from before, that, yeah, you're still gonna might have, uh, games that do the same, that traditional, okay, so that's catch up. There isn't going to be any external contracts down here, even if I do connect to the internet, because this is a mod. So go to the cargo market. Um, that's going... Okay, so that's going 18. That's going to be the best one, so we will take those scooters. Is going to be our best bet. But it's always one of those things where, you know, you just don't go out and believe everything that is there. This is why I don't pre-order a lot of times unless I know absolutely for a proven fact that I am going to be able to get the game. Like, I will do that with Call of Duty. Like, I know Call of Duty is going to come out. I know Call of Duty is going to be there. It's going to be a legitimate company. It's coming from a legitimate space. If the pre-order does not come out, if the game decides they're not going to release it, you're going to be able to at least get your money back if they're not. I don't care right now on things like that. So there is going to be at least um at least there's going to be some things you can do with that. And to be honest, uh, you know, we are in trouble right now with even um there's like nobody there, so I'm just don't care. I had a message that come through on my phone. Weird way of getting around down here. Cargo, um, right there. Hopefully it's the right thing and it's not the trailer. Because I can just load in like that. And there's a lot of things that, you know, that Trump has basically done that has made this country going to be worse. Um, you know, there are people that are literally believing everything that he does, believing everything that he sells, and believes that people sit there and believe that um, um, on this. On this, and I need to check a thing. I wanted to see how long I've been live streaming for. We're not gonna quite finish this one, and that's okay. I'm gonna try to be on for what it's worth. This is 16 hours. I am going to at least it's 2 hours to that point. Because I'm going to probably get off sooner or later. So we know that it's at least 2 hours there and some travel time. And we're going there. I'm not going to go up here. I'm going to follow the way that it tells me to, because we have 18-hour trip time to get this going. You know what? I don't care. They're gonna have to wait. Which, you know, and one of the things that he's really has done, is that not only has Trump really made a Trump and his family really have harmed society with their grift on a lot of things, you know, spending billions of dollars on the ballroom, spending $1 billion on that, spending billions of dollars, spending $1 billion on his Arc de Triomphe, spending like not only is he spending on things like that, you know, not only with his phone grift, but him and his family basically, you know, he's wanting to spend putting Trump on the Trump situation with it, he's got 30 minutes on, not 30 minutes, but, I got two things on my mind right now. He's basically spending, a 20 minutes on, not 20 minutes, $20 billion on, or billions of dollars on basically the Arc de Trump, spending things that really where you know where he's spending like not only that but changing the way that the infinity pool being changed to being a light, changing it from being what it is to a blue. From it being from what it is to being turned into blue underneath, and it's really him spending a lot of time spending on money that should not be used for what it should be used for. You know, that $1 billion could have been used to beef up our military that he so wants to do, instead of spending billions of dollars on that. He could have been using billions of dollars on you know, instead of getting that plane, he could have used billions of dollars on on everything else. And it's just really problematic through all of this process that you can be on a you can be following him on this stuff, and you know, but and believe that these things are what he's doing is better for society. But I was one of those people that followed that in 2016, in 2020, believing that he was a great person in all of it. And to be honest, actually, I will tell you, I did not vote in 2018, actually. I didn't vote in 2018 because of... I realized I voted in 16 and 20, but I did not vote in 18. And I kind of wish I hadn't voted for Trump in 2016 and 2020. But in 2020, kind of what I saw was after I saw what happened with the January 6th. That was when I was basically said, okay, I am officially done. I am no longer going to follow this person. And I literally went and said, okay, I'm going to look and pay attention a little bit more into politics. Now I am somebody that is a left-leaning person now. I do not follow the same things that the right believe in. On a lot of these issues. You know, a lot of these major issues include are we literally blockaded up here because this vehicle right in front can't freaking move? Well, the best way to do this is we can just load slightly a little bit earlier to get through this to get through on all of this, so that so that we can actually get through and not have to worry about that. Now I can go this way if I wanted to. Still, I think I will follow. I've gone that way many times. But I think we're just going to slightly change our deviation on it and just go this way because like I don't want to like it's just quicker for me to load and just continue to travel this way than for me to save. Actually, it might actually been better to save, but it also gives me that 1% trailer damage. I can actually prevent myself from having that 1% trailer damage too. But I only do it if I am stuck. I don't do that if I try not to do that if I have like damage or speeding tickets or anything like that, because you know, I only do it when I'm stuck like that, because I shouldn't be getting traffic getting stuck along the process. Okay, they don't want me. I know I have to not use my high beams. Actually, that one they wouldn't notice. But there's always this burning thing that, you know, with the way that Trump's going, and us basically spending our money like it's no tomorrow, and not being able to figure out how to way to recoup that cost, and being able to just spend it because you have the money, because you have it. It's literally like he wants us like imminent. Are we really going to go and fight in Cuba and fight Iran right now? Because if we go and fight Cuba and try to take it over, we're going to be in a the United States is going to be in worse shape than it is in being no. I'm thinking it's 2 lanes, but it's only 1. With World War III starting, because China's going to probably come after us now because we hit Cuba. Russia's probably going to come after us because we are going after Cuba, trying to regime change. They are literally Trump is literally wanting to start World War III. Literally, we can be this close to starting World War III if we continue to let Trump do what he's doing. I don't want to have any more bloodshed. I don't want people dying just because, you know, just because people are out there trying to follow or believe in one way or the other. Or you know, people should not be dying because of war, because of things that, you know, we have disagreements and we end up doing it with war, with casualties and disagreeing on things. It's the same thing why I don't like what Russia's doing with Ukraine. But to be honest, Ukraine's actually fighting back and actually doing really well at defending their thing. I am gonna do that because that should not be happening like that. Because, you know what, I'm just gonna if I were to actually, hold on, we can do this. That's gonna that's 16 minutes to there. So it doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care right now. I'm just gonna try to not get myself hurt by any other means, but to be honest, he's one of those people that I don't like, people like him or similar people. You know, people like Viktor Orban, who's now being ousted, who's being gone from Hungary right now. They don't agree with Kim Jong-un and don't agree with communistic things like what China's China is one of those that it's one of those things that I don't have any indifference on what China's doing, but I probably do. I just don't really know. I don't like what Russia's doing with LGBTQ people, basically trying to get rid of people to being I don't care if you're gay, I don't care if you're trans, don't care if you're left, right, I don't care what you identify as, but you shouldn't be going after people because you disagree with that identity, because you disagree with it. You know, you shouldn't be going after, like, literally the thing is, like, Trump wants to go after trans people and left-leaning people because they're a problem to society. They're not a problem to society. Okay? What is a problem to society is people like Trump who go out and spend our money like it's no tomorrow and have no way, and terrifying people to make our lives miserable, to make our lives even worse than what it should be. I'm pretty sure, I don't like to really do a lot of speculation on a lot of things, because there's nothing that we can do now. There's nothing that we can change. But I guarantee you, if we did not have Trump right now and we had Kamala Harris, we wouldn't be in this situation. Now, of course, we still might have the AI situation, still have computer problems and things like that, but it would not be as bad for our gas. It would not be bad for our food. We would still have people, 4 million people. They think that 4 million people being off SNAP is actually a good thing. They want to take 4 million people off of SNAP because they want that money. They want to use that money for other things and not helping people. So it's one of those things. I need to not be speeding. So it's one of those things that I do not subscribe myself to, is that we should not be utilizing the money for that's been already people that have already been on it, and why are you kicking them off? Because they're families that have children that are part of that, and that's what SNAP is mainly used for. Some of these people can't even survive without SNAP. They may have 80. They may have somebody on there that's getting $12 a month because that's what they get, and they have to stretch that $12 a month. That may not make people less healthier in the long run, because they only have to rely on these cheap processed foods that shouldn't be being used. You know, cheap. Like, I'm telling you, like, if you actually go and look at people, and you probably go and look at, there are countries that have less overweight people, just per capita, just overweight people, by percentage of their population. You know, there may be less people in that country, but if you actually go to Japan, a lot of people aren't overweight. A lot of people are built, like, Japan's built to take people going from point A to point B by walking, or riding a bike, or walking to the train station and then taking a thing to get to work. You know, a lot of people spend their time using public transportation, utilizing the ability to walk rather than driving. Now, driving, of course, is, people just still do that over there, but they have it to where the point is that when you go to a grocery, you have a grocery like almost on every corner. And being able to get food, being able to get the things that are necessarily needed for society in that place. And on things like that. So it's one of those things that we should be spending less of our time on these things, and on these things for utilizing for things that should not be necessarily be used for, and making sure that people actually have a decent life and food to live upon. There are literally elderly people that do not have the opportunity, or people who are basically 50, 60 years old that do not have the funds to live in certain areas because they can't get a job because there seem to be there. But then when you go and look at like $15 an hour, I would necessarily maybe say we just do 15 instead of 25. I think $15 minimum. I would say $15 minimum, maybe increasing it from $7.25 to $10 to $15 an hour. Just in that process, just increase it to $10 an hour. I think would even be better increasing that than spending $25 an hour. I don't think we should be doing 25. I think it should be 10 at the most to make it minimum. I think or we go $25 an hour and we ban tips. And we remove tips. Basically the tips and don't do tips here in America. I think that would be better. I think maybe just going with 10 to 15 would be the ideal, would be for me. Ideally, $10 an hour I think would be a lot better for a lot of people. Just make it better, and instead of putting $25 an hour, because I would not agree to $25 an hour, and there's a lot of reasons for it why I wouldn't. Because a lot of times there are places where it's like $25 an hour minimum just to live in that location. Is gonna be like, let's say I live out in a small town of 500 people out in South Dakota or whatnot. $25 an hour, or even living in a town where you have like $15 an hour goes a long way. Can actually go a long way. You can live and survive on $15 an hour for one person. Okay, and having two people at $15 an hour working, just having two parents, that's still even better in a lot of cases than living off $7.25 an hour. Okay, and I really think that people should be, minimum that people should be living off is that $10 to $15 an hour, rather than spending that time. We've got about 5 minutes left, guys, of stream for today. Like I said, I always like to at least go for an hour 15, 20 minutes, at most, throughout the day, for my afternoon streams. I'm always live every day, at least twice a day, except for this weekend. I will not be. This weekend I will not be available to go live. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It'll be Thursday all day, Friday, Saturday all day, Sunday afternoon, for it. So if you guys, I might, and I'm saying I probably won't, and I won't be live this weekend for night streams, but that does not mean that I might live stream Friday, though. I might have some window to live stream a little bit, but don't quote me on that. I may not even go live at all that day, because it's not, for me, it's not going to be worth it for me to go live that day. That doesn't mean I won't be live for that. It's just all based on how things are going to go. I might not go live. I might have a video or two. I might have a video or two that day, or for these days coming up. And I know tomorrow, I know tomorrow I am going to most likely, I'll start packing tomorrow a little bit, and then just for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 4 days, for 3 days. I gotta pack for 3 days at least. Um, but I always pack for as if it's 4 days, just to bring an extra thing. I always pack a little extra more than I need to. Um, like I always go for, like if I'm gonna be gone for 3 days, I pack for 4 days. If I'm gonna be gone for, if I'm gonna be gone for a week, I will usually I will pack for um instead of 7 days, I'll usually like pack for like 9 or 10 days. I'll pack for like 10 days. I am not a very good driver. I don't drive in real life either. To be honest, guys, I don't drive. I can't drive in real life. Because doing this and talking to you guys, I tend to miss on a lot of things. But once I get over to the ship, that's gonna be it for today, though. For this afternoon. I know today was supposed to be Final Fantasy 13, but we ended up doing Air Truck because I wanted to really talk about scam stuff, and talk about the imminent Cuba threat that potentially the United States could be at war with World War III, and I would end up having to be part of it. Which, to be honest, I won't even think I would be able to because of me being transgender. Don't think I would even be able to be honest, because of the way that Trump doesn't want trans people in the military. So it's like, it's one of those things where, you know, I hope we don't. And plus, with me being 31, I think there's going to be a lot more qualified people at a younger age. So, I don't know. There's just a lot of things that when we have this Cuba thing, you know, it's I am really afraid of what's going on right now. I could go that way just to go and do that, but I don't think I'm going to right now. Yeah. Okay. So I will tell you that a lot of these stuff that I talk about on a daily basis, not on a daily, I talk about it every other day, but not always. Sometimes I forgo the schedule, like I know it's supposed to be 13, but I tend to forgo the, I tend to forgo that schedule. Like I might tend to forgo that schedule tonight too, because, you know, I will have Fortnite this weekend that I'm probably gonna play a lot of Fortnite, on this weekend on Saturday and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday I won't be, and Thursday I won't be spending a lot of that time, but I will have a lot on that. But I have a couple other games that I plan on playing. I plan on going to City Skylines 2 again. For it, I might play The Sims 4. We'll see what I feel like. Age of Empires, I am thinking about maybe even just playing some Clone Heroes, some Yarg. Depending on which one I want, I might not. Right now, that one's up in the air though, because if I do, that means I have to bring a guitar, and I'm not going to do that. But Clone Hero, I might do Clone Hero on. If I do, I will. If I go out and do this, one of the things that I am planning on doing for a video, now I'm pretty sure for those of you probably ordering online, going across probably the other side of the world, or just in general, I'm getting a couple of adapters for Retro Cult Mods, for that, which allows for me to have access to being able to play PS1, I mean PS1, probably PS1 controllers too, to be honest, that would allow for me to play PS2 and Wii guitars through the importance of a USB-C, or allowing for me to just be able to play it through that, so that I can play it on my PS5, so that I can play through these modifications to through it. So I don't know. We will have to see on that. Let me go and check my bank real quick. I have 2 of those that I do need to pay off, that are gonna come first, that do need to be paid, and I don't know, I don't know, because this next one I'm gonna be really in trouble, where I will probably lose an asset on a vehicle, because I can't pay. It's gonna go to Osaka is where we're going. 12 hours, for it. Actually, we did, drop, actually, a little bit of money, on this. So let me go to, company email. Let me see if we're still... Okay, so overdraft has been settled. For it. But I'm gonna leave it there for this afternoon. We'll be back later tonight for some Call of Duty, Fortnite. It depends on if Glass decides he gets on. If he's not, like, one of the things that he's not really feeling that great is because he's doing weed, or him drinking, um uh or him doing some of the, or he's just or he's, because he's losing weight. Who knows? There's always a lot of factors when you're not feeling well. And if you're not feeling well, that you're losing a lot of weight. If you're losing a lot of weight, that's not. You want to slowly lose that, not gain. Like if you're or whatnot. I don't know. For me, I never, like if you're losing weight, I never tell people about weight or on a lot of things. Um, so anyway, I'm gonna get off. I will catch you guys tonight. Fortnite or Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Tomorrow will be probably Euro Truck Final Fantasy 13. Who knows what I'm gonna decide. And tomorrow night, if I do Final Fantasy 13 tomorrow afternoon, then tomorrow night, I might hop in and get on a little bit early, but that does not mean anything because I gotta do some packing. I gotta get some stuff ready to go for the weekend. So anyway, if you guys want to see the content, through that, it's always great to be subscribed, great to be followed. It is always great that when you hit that follow button, that follow button is going to be pretty much basically notifying that you are live here on Twitch, notifying that I am live on Twitch. I'm pretty much basically live twice a day on Twitch, once a day on YouTube. So when you hit that subscribe on YouTube, make sure you hit that bell notification with the all, so you can stay up to date. Because sometimes I forget to post that I'm live on Discord or post that I'm live on YouTube. I always forget that when I go live through that, or when I am live through going live on to Blue Sky. I sometimes forget about it. So, but it's not always that I sometimes forget those things. But it's okay. Anyway, hopefully we can at least some point down the road upgrade to 1.59 with Japan. Because you know, I want to be able to jump into 1.59 to get some of these new features, new updates for it. But right now, I don't have any updates. We don't have any updates for Euro Truck. We don't have any updates for American Truck right now. So, anyway, we will catch you guys